Witchcraft! Witchcraft is generally defined as the practice of using magical spells and abilities. Witches are defined as those who can use supernatural ways to cause harm to the innocent. In contrast to these definitions, anthropologists also believed that they were shamans, magical healers. In Indian culture, we have something similar to witches and witchcrafts, which is called Tantra Vidya and Tantrics. They are believed to use black magic for evil purposes. Witches were believed to be evil and the worshippers of devil by the churches of early modern period. Witches were believed to practice casting spells, necromancy, conjuring the dead that is, demonology, etc. among other malicious practices. The Malleus Maleficarum, Latin for Hammer of the Witches, written in 1486 by Heinrich Kramer and Jakob Sprenger, both German monks, was considered a handbook for identifying witches and ways to punish them. Among many of the witchcraft trials that occurred throughout the early modern period, one of the most significant ones was from Russia of 17th century. Craze swept across Catholic and Protestant countries during this time. Burning on the stake, ordeal of cold water, isolation, torture, mass massacre, etc. were used to make the witches confess and kill them. Okay, now, the thing that I don't understand and the fact that surprises me is that how did these people not think for once that if the accused were actual witches, they would have casted spells on them and killed them?
I should have left you on that street corner where you were standing. But you didn't!
Stomach pains, hernias, epileptic seizures, convulsions, etc. were also considered a result of witchcraft. Okay, but what was witchcraft really about? Let's dive into the witch cult hypothesis to understand this. The witch cult hypothesis is a discredited theory that states that these witchcraft trials of the early modern period were an attempt to suppress a pre-Christian pagan religion that had survived the Christianization of Europe. Whoa. Okay, a lot of words in that sentence. Don't worry, in simple terms, pagan religion means the people who worship different deities, polytheism. And when Christianity was spreading across Europe, the church tried to suppress the ideologies of these people. These people categorized the witch cult as a religious practice. They worshipped a horned god of fertility. The same horned god of fertility was considered the devil by the Christian persecutors. Okay, but all of these things are in the past. Why are we talking about it now? There are actual instances in the world today as well of torture on the basis of witchcraft. In a workshop conducted on witchcraft and human rights by United Nations Human Rights, many victims came up and spoke about their stories. Some of them were Mariamu Stanford. One of the attackers was my neighbor for more than 10 years, and it was that neighbor who cut off both my arms. Another victim, Marduk Yambi, says, I got accused of being a witch. It actually changed me a lot, just how to see your own family relate. They can want to kill you and want nothing to do with you. These instances of victims still suffering due to an utterly illogical phenomenon are heartbreaking. But the belief in this pagan religion led to a new religion called Wicca, a contemporary pagan new religion. Today, the religion Wicca is accepted among societies despite facing some difficulties as we have discussed earlier. Some believe that witchcraft was not a real thing, while others argue that it may have been real to some extent. Anyhow, now we know that behind every ridiculed theory and massacres of early modern period like witchcraft, there were always hidden political and religious monopolistic aims. What do you think of witchcraft? Drop your opinion down in the comments. Like what you see? Then like this video, comment on it and share it among your friends. For more such videos, keep following Lexi RSP. Until next time.